Hello, my name is Madison Francis, and I'm going to be telling the story of Cinderella. Once upon a time, there lived a man who had a daughter named Ella. Although he was a kind man who gave his daughter everything he wanted, he felt that she needed a mother's care. So he remarried, choosing a second wife, and she had daughters just Cinderella's age. However, after the death of the father, the stepmother's true nature began to show. She was jealous of Cinderella's beauty and made her a slave in her own home. She had ashes all over her face, and the stepsisters nicknamed her Cinderella. Every day, Cinderella would work all day long. She never got a break for anything, and the step family never did any work around the house. They would just be lazy, and they would lie around all day. However, one fateful day, an invitation came to the house, and it was for a royal ball. The stepsisters were really excited, and Cinderella helped them get ready, but deep down, she wanted to go to the ball too. So the stepmother said, "If you get your chores done and find something good to wear, you can go to the ball." So Cinderella worked hard, and she had made a dress of her own. But then, when she rushed out to the carriage, the stepmother lifted a cloth that was put over a mud puddle, and Cinderella slipped and fell into the mud, ruining her dress. The stepmother and stepsisters laughed at her, and they went away in the carriage. Cinderella cried and cried, and she was being very hopeless. Suddenly, a light entered the room, and a woman with fairy wings appeared. "I'm your fairy godmother," the woman said. And Cinderella was very surprised. Her godmother went down to business and said, "Go fetch a pumpkin." So Cinderella did that, and she got a large pumpkin from a storage shed. Next, the fairy godmother asked Cinderella to get mice and lizards. So she did that, and then she transformed the pumpkin, the mice, and the lizards into a coach, footmen, and horses. However, the fairy godmother almost forgot one very important thing: Cinderella's dress. With a wave of her wand, she transformed Cinderella's old dress into a beautiful glittering one with glass slippers. After Cinderella got into the carriage, the godmother gave her a warning. "You must be home by midnight at 12 o'clock, because then you'll be in rags again." Cinderella said, "I understand," and she went off to the ball. The prince's ball was a very lively place. Everyone was dancing around and having fun. But when Cinderella entered the room, everyone stopped and stared at her. And the prince saw her too, and he fell in love. He took her by the hand, and they started dancing around the room. However, the clock struck 12, and Cinderella rushed off, leaving behind a glass slipper. She was eventually able to make it home. The next morning, the king had issued a decree that once he found the maiden who fit the slipper, she would be his queen. All the women had tried the slipper on, but none had fit it. Eventually, the footman went to Cinderella's place. However, the stepmother locked Cinderella up in her room. First, the footman tried the slipper on the first stepsister, and she couldn't get it in. Then he tried the other stepsister, but her foot didn't fit either. Eventually, though, Cinderella managed to break herself free, and she asked, "May I try the slipper on?" And the footman said yes. So she did, and the slipper fit. She was thus escorted to the palace, where she met the prince again. They were married, and they lived happily ever after. The end. Thank you.